Alright folks, welcome back. I'm finally out of the hospital stuff. Today I got this bile drain tube removed from me, so you can expect a little bit more content here. Today you'll see multiple different pieces of video with different weather outside and different clothes on me because I pieced this together through many weeks for the little bit of filming I was able to do. But we're going to take a look at what I did to this Maverick, which was installing a Huma pin probe and the V2 dual transfer port. So we'll see kind of what I went through having inconsistent velocity and not being able to make as much power as I wanted with the stock transfer port. And then we'll take a look at kind of how my mods worked out with the transfer port and Slug pin probe in the 30 Maverick. Now, you should note that the whole time I've had the 14.5 gram Huma hammer weight, so that's always been in there. So this is really just looking at what the Slug pin probe did and the transfer port in the old Maverick 30 here. So hopefully this is helpful to some of you guys, and enjoy.
Alright, so a quick visualization on the parts versus stock. So on the bottom here you've got the Huma V2 transfer port versus the stock FX pellet transfer port up top. I think Huma says it's like 122% more of a open window than the stock one, so hoping for obviously more volume and better flow through and maybe no more nose diving due to the bridge. And then here are the two probes, the stock pellet probe up top, Huma pin probe on the bottom. A lot less material in the breech with the Huma pin probe, so that equals extra volume there. So that combined with the transfer port, I'm hoping to get consistency and a little bit better power.
Okay, so I've got the 30 cal barrel here. I'm going to go ahead and install that Huma V2 transfer port. Make sure you guys keep a clean workbench though, over everything else. Just make sure your workplace is really clean. That's one thing all you shooters need to remember. If I had three hands, I would have been able to film this better, but here's the Huma. There's the stock one. You can see how much bigger the transfer port is in the Huma. Also, with the stock one, I was having problems with a Slug probe. I'm kind of getting jammed a little bit. Okay, so this is not good. I think slugs were nosediving into the edge of that hole, which is has very square edges. So with the little bar going across in the slug port on that bridge there, hopefully that doesn't happen. But basically, I heated this up with the good old MAP gas here, very carefully in the vise, and then I used a piece of paintball macro line plastic. It's like a plastic high pressure tube. I put it in this. It was almost a perfect fit, and I was able to twist it off that way. The next step was using the wire brush on the threads, getting all the Loctite off, and then I will put Vibrotite 440 on there, screw on the new transfer port, and we'll let that sit overnight. And then the next time I get that gun out, I'll assemble it all and put a slug probe in it, and we'll see if I can have round two with the hybrid slugs and the Huma slug probe. Hopefully this time they won't nosedive and I'll get more power.
Okay, so I didn't get good video of taking this shot string, but this was the shot string with just the stock probe, stock transfer port, still had the 14.5 gram Huma hammer weight in there, but my spread here is complete dog shit. It's 974 at the highest all the way down into the 930s, so this is not acceptable. Which is what I'm trying to correct with the V2 transfer port and pin probe.
All right, let's go. We'll see how much more power we're making at 150 bar with the Huma V2 transfer port and the Huma slug probe. I don't have a target down there, so I'm just going to shoot at my steel plate that's at 150 yards, so you will be able to hear it if I hit it. If I recall correctly, it's about 18.25 MOA. So we'll go with that, see if that hits. And let's see what these velocities are going to be like. Now my power wheel is on 7, hammer spring, turned out amount of turns. I just tuned it until it was working well. 984. 981. 981. I hit the steel. I don't know if you heard it. Nailing it. 981. I wanted 95 foot-pounds. I got 95 foot-pounds.
979. 984.
So that is some pretty good consistency and some amazingly high power right at 95 foot-pounds. So I'm impressed with those modifications. It really smoothed out my consistency. I was able to get near 95 foot-pounds, but I was pretty much topping out at like 975, and then again it would be all over the place. And I tried all different hammer spring tensions, but now it seems like I'm pretty good. So that is a pretty good plus or minus like 5 FPS through that whole spread. Nailing that plate out there. So I think this is tuned right how I want it now, making big power. I'm getting about 3 mags per fill. So that wasn't even a full mag. That took it down to 225 from 250. So yeah, 2-3 mags. Let's take another one.
979.
She's shooting money. I mean, pretty much 980s, 980, 981, 984, right around there all day. Well, there you have it. Quite an increase in consistency and power with that pin probe and transfer port added. So I'm happy with that. I think I got this Maverick finally where I want it now, making major power, 95, 96 foot-pounds, and she's ready to take on coyotes. So hopefully the next thing will be, I pretty much missed coyote season now that the grass has grown up, but next season I'll be putting that thermal on it, and we'll be doing some coyote hunting for sure back there. So I started with the hybrids, FX hybrids, the 44.5 grainers, and not so great in terms of being consistent through different batches, but I just tried out the 47.2 grain NSA slugs. If you guys watch my other videos, you know I'm very fond of NSA for my 22 Maverick, but I've been shooting the 47.2 grainers with the 30 cal Mav here, and here's a shot string from that. So definitely making big boy power at 99 foot-pounds and very good consistency. So anyway, that's my results with all of this, and hopefully that's helpful to you guys, and you guys can get your 30 cal Mavericks smoking with like 100 foot-pounds so that you can definitely take out tiny chipmunks and squirrels like me. So until next time, thanks guys, enjoy, peace.